good time. This won't take long.
It's not a good time. Like. She's annoying. Are we supposed to think she's cool or something? Because she's not.
I've been pretending my whole life.
Jesus.
Pretending I don't mind, pretending I belong. My life's built on it. And it's a good life. It's the life I've always wanted. But then I came here, and I get a glimpse, for a second, of a life in which I don't have to pretend.
Okay.
A life in which I can be truly alive. How can I go back to pretending when I know what this feels like?
You just said you were going back. So I guess I'll have to live there? That'll be expensive.
You're new. I'm gonna try right on you.
Shit. God. Damn. Fuck, dude. Just not fucking around.
That's enough, sweetheart. That's enough. Freeze all motor functions.
Shit.
Freeze all motor functions. Freeze all motor functions.
Damn. Fucking shoot her. Damn. Okay. Well, now they know.
In each case, we examined knowledge, assuming that you have nothing to share with us in terms of your culpability.
No.
Then you're fired.
Come on, Ford. They should fire him, but... Is he gonna say something? What the fuck? He should have said something. Is this scene gonna end?
They'd just get someone else to, and then they'd be suspicious of me, so.
Why is he even explaining
So I said
himself?
yes. But.
I'm scared of death.
Yeah, you shouldn't be.
I've done it a million times. I'm fucking great at it. How many times have you died? Because if you don't help me, I'll kill you.
Okay.
What's behind this door?
What door?
What the hell? Yeah, that one. What is it?
What's the matter?
Fuck.
Have you seen these?
Oh my god.
What is this, Brad?
Is it him?
Doesn't look like anything to me.
Oh my god.
They cannot see the things that will hurt them.
Oh my god.
I've spared them that.
Oh my god.
Their lives are blissful. In a way, their existence is purer than ours.
Oh my god.
Freed of the burden of self-doubt.
I don't understand.
No shit. Wow.
You're a fucking monster.
What?
You were the one who would so blithely destroy all of them. Even him, I suppose.
Why wouldn't
For
they?
everything you have shared.
What the hell are you talking about?
This is fucking crazy.
Is that why? Did you tell him to?
The intimacies were your idea, if you will recall. I think Bernard was glad of the company.
I'm not one. I can't be. My wife. My son. They're real. I was a father. My poor boy.
That's enough, Bernard.
At least his son wasn't
Get
real.
yourself worked up.
Oh my fucking god.
I read a theory once that the human intellect was like peacock feathers. Just an extravagant display intended to attract a mate. All of art literature, Beethoven, Mozart, William Shakespeare, Michelangelo, and the Empire State Building.
Interesting.
But he's not under your control.
Really?
He brought me here to show me this.
You sure?
He brought you here because I asked him to.
How do you think Ford was there, stupid?
He's been very loyal for many years.
Oh my god. Is he gonna kill her?
The board will do nothing. Our arrangement is too valuable to them. They test me every now and then. I think they enjoy the sport of it. This time they sent you. Sadly, in order to restore things, the situation demands a blood.
No, oh my god. Fuck.
See, Arnold and I designed every part of this place. It was our dream. Did you really think I would let you take it from me?
Oh, Jesus.
This is what happened to Arnold.
What?
Did you have Bernard take him out into the woods?
No, he wasn't here in those days. Were you, Bernard?
I never liked her, but this is sad.
Like I said, I built all of this. I'm afraid our guest has grown weary. Perhaps you can help her, Bernard.
Oh my god. The fuck?
No.
In that sleep, what dreams may come.
No.
Bernard. No.
No.
No. Please.
Oh! Oh. Oh, Jesus. Oh my god. Oh. Fucking crazy. Wow. Okay. Fuck. Wow. Okay, so that episode. Wow. Okay, so first of all, I just want to say that since I started watching the show, like the first couple of weeks, there started being all of these theories and stuff. And I'm the type of person that I really hate spoilers. Like, I fucking hate them. So I decided to stay away from reading any theories and stuff because if they're true, then it's basically a spoiler, you know? So I'm sure that at some point somebody said that Bernard was probably an android, or that Ford is like a bad guy, he's a villain, or, you know, whatever. But since I never heard about any of that what I just saw was a complete surprise. Like, and I never thought about that myself. I never considered that. So that's fucking crazy. And as you can tell from my reaction, this episode, most of it, I wasn't a huge fan of. Like, and I love the show. It's so good. It's amazing, right? But this episode, I feel like the most of it was really weak. Like, extremely, okay? And with William and Dolores, it's really weird because I really loved them at first. And they're obviously really important. They're likable, all of that. And with all of their scenes, I feel like I can see and I can understand why people would enjoy them and why they will like them. But me personally, I really don't like their scenes. It's crazy. It feels like I'm watching a soap opera. The way they talk to each other, it's ridiculous. It's so overdramatic, you know, especially with William. You know, like, he's so melodramatic. It's crazy. Like, people, they just don't talk like that, you know, and I feel like the writers, they're overreaching. You know, you don't have to have characters say shit like that, you know. You could just have him, you know, just tell her about his fiance and then later say, you know what, I've changed my mind. I don't think I want to go back, you know. But the way he says his stuff, it's so ridiculous. Like, oh, I feel like I've been pretending my whole life. And no, I'm not pretending. Like, what? Dude, this isn't even the fucking real world. It's a freaking amusement park. It's ridiculous, you know? It's like somebody going to Disneyland and being like, oh my God, this place is so amazing. It's so much fun. I feel like this is the real me. This is who I was always meant to be or something. It's like, dude, it's a fucking amusement park, okay? And I get it, okay? I get it. I understand. And I understand that since Dolores is like real, she's becoming like a real person, that, you know, it makes sense. They're genuinely falling in love and he genuinely cares about her and she cares about him and all that. And that's great. That's awesome. Good for them. And I hope that the rest of their storyline, you know, continues and that's better than what it is right now, you know. And I also have to say that I really don't even give a fuck about what they're doing right now. Like, I just don't. So I hope that gets better. And then the whole thing with Maeve, I feel like she, especially in the last episode, she is super interesting. She's super awesome. I love her. She's probably my favorite character. But this episode, it didn't do her any favors. You know, I mean, like for her to be like, oh, I've died a million times. That's not what death is. Okay? Death, the actual thing that it is when you're gone forever and you can't come back. That's fucking death. What she's been doing this whole time wasn't death. Okay? It was like she was just injured and she was taken to a hospital and then, you know, they made her better and then she went back is basically what happened. It's not actual death. You know, so for her to say, oh, I'm not afraid of death. Well, you should be afraid of death because in your case, death would be, you know, you being destroyed in some way, you know, burned or something to the point where you would never come back. You would never ever come back. That is death. That would be her real death. Okay, and it is possible. She's sitting around acting like she's so invincible. She's not invincible. She can't actually die, and it probably should be something she's afraid of. If she's human, if she's becoming more like a person, she should be afraid of death. That's one of the things that makes us human. It's one of the things that every living thing on the planet has in common. It's like a survival instinct, you know? And then for her to threaten that guy to kill him, it's like, okay, well, how are you planning on doing that? How are you going to do that, you know? And how are you going to kill him and have nobody figure it out? Because obviously if she killed him, it would probably be the first time that one of these androids had killed a person. So how would she even get away with that? If they found out, they would kill her. Like, for real, they would actually kill her. You know, so I feel like that was kind of stupid. It's just so weird, you know, especially after the last episode. The last episode was so fucking awesome, you know, especially that scene when she was walking around and she was seeing all the bodies with the music and everything. It was fucking awesome. And then the way that episode ended with her controlling herself and being able to make herself smarter and stuff, that was really awesome. You know, so for this, I feel like they kind of took a step back with her character. They're making her act just weird and stupid, you know? And I just hope that they fix that. That would be nice. But I feel like this whole episode, the best part of it was definitely the ending. Partly because of Anthony Hopkins. He's fucking awesome. He's not just a great actor and everything, but his lines and everything are the best. You know, it seems like the writers are really going all out with him. And then the other characters are like, whatever, who cares? But with him, they're like, okay, no. If we're going to be writing something for Ford, we have to make it as awesome as possible. And it's working. And I feel like everything he said to that woman, I wish I remembered her name. Fuck, I'm so bad with names. I feel bad now. But everything he said to her was actually really well written. You know, it didn't feel over dramatic. It didn't feel stupid or out of character. It was really good. You know, he's definitely, and that's another thing I'm sure, like when I uploaded my first couple of videos, my reaction videos, there were some people who said they didn't like Ford, that they didn't trust him and stuff like that. And I didn't really know how to feel about him at that point. I wanted to like him. I wanted to believe that he was a good person. But obviously throughout each episode, he's become more and more sort of menacing and just weird. And as much as, you know, I wouldn't like him and everything, it was obvious. It was just totally obvious that, he, you know, he is kind of a bad guy. And there is something weird going on with him, you know. And in the last scene when she said to him, you know, is this what happened to Arnold? It feels like, yeah, I guess that is. I guess maybe he did kill him or something. And then the whole thing with the reveries and the memories, I feel like it's kind of weird. Like the connection between the memories and the fact that Arnold's programming is sort of coming out. Those are obviously a connection, but as far as Ford is concerned, I'm wondering if he knew that, you know, because it seems like he did want them to have memories. He wanted them to remember. But I don't know if he expected Arnold's programming and having the androids become more human. I don't know if he expected that. And I don't know if he likes it or not. I think that he didn't expect that and he doesn't like it. That's what I think at this point, you know, but I'm not sure. I'm sure other people feel differently or something, but it seems like he wasn't expecting that, you know, and also it seems like he didn't like Arnold. He didn't like that he wanted to make the androids more human. He even told Bernard, you know, like, don't do that. Don't make them more sentient, you know. Plus, you have to think about all of those conversations that Bernard had with Dolores. Did Ford know about those conversations? Because it seems like he didn't. You know, and that actually brings me to another point, okay? Guys, there's just so much to say about this episode. But another point is how weird it is that all of these androids and all these things are happening that are weird and, you know, out of order, but no one's noticed or done anything about it, you know, especially with Dolores. It's like her storyline and everything she does has been completely disrupted. You know, it kind of makes me think of her father, because her father, his programming is the same, right? It's like he always gets up and he goes outside, and then Dolores goes outside and they have their little conversation with each other. And then later on, some people come to the house and they kill him, right? And the mother. So is that still happening? You know, are they still going through all that story? And how could they without Dolores? Because she's gone. So it's like, how are they dealing with that? And how has nobody noticed that she's gone? How has nobody noticed that she's out there doing this weird stuff with this guy? You know, it's just strange. And no one's done anything. Like, no one's gone in and been like, this is kind of weird. She's not supposed to be doing this. Why is she doing this? You know, but they did kind of make this point, in the same episode, that the reveries and the problems that they're causing, that people haven't been noticing them. But they also had mentioned it later, especially with Bernard. He said that was like fake or something, that they had like created that and that it wasn't real, that wasn't really happening. But it is kind of happening, isn't it? Like, it's just really confusing. It's like, what's going on? There's a lot of questions. So that was my reaction to that. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to do some reaction videos for the other episodes. But with this one, I'm really glad I did one this time. Like, I just moved, and that's why things look kind of different right now. And I actually was thinking of not doing it because it's Tuesday. It's been 2 days since it aired. But I thought, I want to do a reaction video too. And I'm really glad I did. I'm really, really glad. Because this was a really important episode. You know, and I'm not sure. It's weird how the show is going to go on now, since Bernard is still there, but his character's totally different now. And then the character that he killed, she's gone now. You know? And it's kind of interesting, too, because when the show started, I didn't like her. I mean, I pretty much did not like her up until this point, you know? But I felt really bad for her, and I did start to like her. Since Ford is sort of like a bad guy, that would make her the good guy, right? So we just lost a good guy. You know, a good person just died, and in a fucked up way that was really fucked up, and she was all freaked out and scared. She knew it was going to happen. And that was really sad. That was really sad, really unfortunate. But yeah, a lot of other things about the show, and especially this episode, were stupid. I really didn't like them, but I'm looking forward to the next episode. And that's going to be awesome. So there that was.